The newly formed Gibraltar Landlord Association believes many local landlords face the same practical, regulatory and legal problems, and that this stems from outdated and unfair legislation.
We are totally ignored the way the law stands at the moment, and people don't know how things work, but in reality we are stuck. We are stuck in a law that's over 40 years old. We cannot progress. We are seen as the villains when in fact it's a social problem which has been going on for over 40 years. It hasn't progressed and we still get battered about it. When in fact what we want to do is improve, make a decent living. I'm not a greedy landlord. I try to help people as much as I can, but the system as it stands is being totally abused. I'm not saying there's not people in need. Obviously there must be some, but it's us as landlords that are being battered by every agency in Gibraltar, and it's totally wrong, immoral and draconian, and I think that possibly Gibraltar is one of the last places in Western Europe where these laws still exist.
Earlier this year, pressure group Action for Housing took GBC's Viewpoint to speak to local people living in desperate housing conditions in the Old Town. Rodney Perera was among the landlords who responded to argue that the Housing Act punished both tenants and landlords alike. On a subsequent Viewpoint, the Housing Minister Samantha Sacramento said the government would consult landlords, property professionals and tenants as part of a wholesale review of housing law. Now, landlords have organised to influence this process. More than 40 reportedly attended the association's first meeting. They want to work with the different stakeholders, including the government, the Environmental Agency, the Heritage Trust and Action for Housing, to improve housing legislation. The association thinks this would lead to a regeneration and beautification of Gibraltar's historic district, so that it can become more financially sustainable and also a focal point for tourism.